Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your humble host, Eric. How are you tonight? Good. Let's get to the news. Tons of stuff happening. Big news this week. The accountability. The parents of the Michigan school shooters were actually arrested, and accountability is just so rare that made the news. Also, this guy, I guess his name is Marcus Lamb. I guess he has a TV network called Daystar out of Florida, and it was talking a whole bunch of anti-vaccine smack, and he died of COVID. So accountability too, that's kind of fun. What else is happening? Oh, lots happening. Oh man, I don't want to read all this stuff, but I do want to say that Adam Kinzinger, the Republican of Illinois, is the only one, like one of the few Republicans who voted yes to actually get anything done in the Congress at all. Who cares? We'll move on. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here's a fun one. Bloomberg reports that in the past 2 quarters, U.S. corporations outside of the finance industry posted their fattest margin since 1950. One reason why stock markets keep hitting all-time highs. And Jordan, at Jordan UHL, says, wait a second, I was told there were labor shortages and supply chain issues, and that's what was causing prices to rise. But now corporations are seeing their biggest profit margin since the 1950s? Well, I'll be darned. Let's see. What else happened? Hackers have been hacking receipts. Chow Lang No reports at repostvice.com's hackers are spamming businesses' receipt printers with anti-work manifestos like this one that's here. Time is your most valuable asset. Not only can you never obtain any more of it, you do not even know how much you have to begin with. Life is short. So why are you slaving away for this guy? Or something like that. Anyway, I think it's pretty hilarious. In good news, I'll sprinkle some in. There's a cool thing called Brownian motion, which is how like molecules just move around all on their own. There's motion even in a still glass of water. Well, now with sheets of graphene, this little loophole could provide clean and limitless energy in the future. How fun is that?
Nice.
Yay.
Weird historical moment. Denver hasn't snowed in Denver yet in December. That's like never ever been recorded ever. Meanwhile, in Hawaii, they're bracing for a snow blizzard and an inch of snow in Hawaii. Here's a picture from Mauna Kea Summit in Hawaii on Wednesday with a light dusting of snow. That's cool. That kind of stuff happens all the time, right? Oh, hey,
Nothing to worry about.
More positive news. Study came out, reprinted here in Jacobin magazine. Capitalism is making us all miserable, even the super rich. That's right. Capitalism imposes massive suffering on the poor and working class, but it's just like in those TV shows about uber rich people. They're miserable. So you can smile about that. That's kind of fun. In weirdo anti-vaxxer news, there was a guy today, or I don't know, recently, that apparently distrusts medical science enough to even know that he is trying to get away with using a silicone arm to get the vaccine in. Medical science is so stupid, they're not even going to notice. Anyway, so that was kooky. And in news from the future dystopia, because dystopia is now assisted suicide chamber has been approved by authorities in Switzerland. Yay. That's where we're at now. Sometimes I wonder like why I'm actually like obsessed with Facebook, and I think it's actually the animal pictures. This is from the People's Choice Wildlife Photographer of the Year Awards, and people can vote on this. But this is a wildlife photo of a bear. This guy camped out in a freezing creek. It's all coated with snow just to see if this bear would cross right there. He titled it "The Ice Bear Cometh." up in the Yukon Territory. It was about negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. And Andrew Skillen was sitting there. And as the bear crossed on this log, he said you could hear the icicles in his fur tinkle as she walked past.
Wow.
Oh, that was such a good image. So have to wrap
It's
on
beautiful.
an animal story. And this is also one of the finalists was the breath of the Arctic fox, with this Arctic fox just breathing, but backlit by the sun and just glowing, with just a halo on the snow up there in Spitsgarten, Svalbard, in the cold Arctic air of negative 31 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm now convinced that the best photos come from really, really cold. So I'm looking forward to it. And that wraps up the news at 7:38 on Monday, December 6th for Facebook for the Blind. Now I hand it over to my delightful co-host, the lovely Andrew Shankland. And I think I'll have you up next, my brother. And then Michael LeBune.
All right. I have some backup. So some of these are Thanksgiving inspired. So this is I think it's on Tumblr, but it says, one time over Christmas dinner, my dad said something about how he respected Margaret Thatcher, and his uncle just got up, left the house, and flew back to Ireland. Underneath that is like a stock image of a skeleton running, and it says, just walk it out, you can leave. Work social thing, Christmas dinner with bootlicker. Close shop, eat too fancy, weed store cops if your quick friend ships. If it sucks, fly back to Ireland.
Fucking love that. That's actually a continuation of one I shared last week. This is new, so it's fucking dope.
Okay, so then this is playing any fighting game online for the first time, and it's SpongeBob writing what I learned in boating school by saying what I learned in training mode is pretty fun for the gamers. I don't remember why I saved this. Okay, new rule. If you regularly consume the blood and flesh of a demigod in a room full of chanting elders, you're not allowed to call other religions primitive and evil. This is oddly specific, at least some interesting questions unanswered. Catholicism, sure does sound like we would answer that way. So this is what bothered me, is that I think there is a categorical difference between flesh and body. And I was going to somebody to complain about that. That's why I saved that.
Ooh, yeah, the Bible's not going to help you there.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus is like, by the way, in case there's any confusion, my flesh is real food, and I want you to chew on it with your teeth. Like, there's like no way around it. Like, yeah, the Eucharist is just weird. You just gotta kind of let it be weird.
So this says, you don't have to check Spotify. You're the most played this year, and there have been a lot of variations of that.
Nice.
But I like this one.
Awesome.
Just a guy in a mask, like close face. It's a picture. This is a picture of Kramer, and it's the NBC logo. It says, "Must see Thursday TV. Will he say it?" There's a reference to the time that he said the N-word on stage at the Laugh Factory.
This is all this dude's known for now. It's fucking it. He was Kramer for all those years. Doesn't matter now.
I've seen so many of these. Biblically accurate angels keep coming back. So this is an angel, and it says, "Be not afraid," and then the guy's like, "Want to make out in my car?"
This biblical angel is just, by the way, for the listeners, a sword surrounded by a yellow orb with a flame, and then like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 wings. So it's not humanoid in any way.
Oh yeah, no, it's fully esoteric. You know?
Dude, I could totally go for 10 wings in my car right now.
Any wizard, I think George shared this. Any wizard born after the 4th age can't cast. All they know is runes, ponder they or read school, eat strange herb, and lie. I have a lot of herb orb pondering this week. Those are all over. Oh, I'll end on this one. So this pic goes hard, and it says, police say nearly 1,200 pounds of pot missing from a warehouse was eaten by mice, and it's a picture of a mouse. A giant fucking joint that's lit up. So
Nice.
Is that it, Andrew? Or did you get booted?
Oh, that's it. That's it for now. Yeah, that's my first.
All
round.
right. Here I go. Hope I remember where to stop. Yo, I have a lot of memes this week. So
You think I would boot him for mice? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
right.
the line. I've crossed it.
Friend of the show, Mason Meninga, on Weird Christian Twitter. He put this up in honor of Spotify Wrapped, which came out this week, which is a pretty big damn deal for me every year. And it says Spotify got my ass with this one. And then he has the Spotify screens, and the first one says, "Damn bitch, all tooth and nail bands again." And then the next screen said, "We thought you had left evangelicalism, but we were wrong." Mason is like a Twitter famous ex-evangelical. And but he does listen exclusively to Tooth and Nail records, the like punk and hardcore Christian bands from the early aughts.
Okay.
At Rishi Puff tweeted, "Abolish the 5-day work week, please. I need to do my dishes."
Yes.
391,000 likes. Trash Can Paul, friend of the show. He's got this old timey picture of these two old codgers sitting in a bar. And the first guy says, "I'm John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, good sir. And you are?" And the second guy goes, "Buddy, you ain't fucking gonna believe this." Sorry, I fucked it up because I got too excited. "Buddy, you ain't gonna fucking believe this." There. Patrick McKelvey, who is also at Chicken Tender Queer, says in youth pastor voice, "What about critical grace theory?" Which I really, to be honest with you, I just put this one up just to like show this format, which is on Weird Christian Twitter all the time, and that's just like saying these cheesy, stupid things in a youth pastor voice. The next one is the one that I found today, which is the Blaine clause, puts in youth pastor voice, "You know who else hurt his balls sitting backwards in a chair and tried to be cool about it?" And this is like already we're seeing the format being spent, fucking great. Mofo Man, this is David F. Walker, in my opinion, like greatest comic book writer working, and that's saying something. There's some great work out there. He always posts these like really, really awesome, like I would say like pro like social justice and racial equity stuff on his Instagram. This is a famous picture of Ruby Bridges, and the caption, she's leaving a school surrounded by 8 federal agents. It says, "If this child was strong enough to survive it, your child is strong enough to learn about it." And I think that's a fucking great take on critical race theory, which is not being taught in elementary schools anywhere. I would love it if it was. Dana Bad says, "I feel most myself when I'm accusing people of moving things that I myself misplaced."
Damn.
This tweet.
Damn.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I love this one. This says, this is a screen grab of a text conversation, and it says, "Me trying to flirt," and then the screen grab, and the first one says, "How's life, baby gorilla?" and the next one says, "Baby girl." At Strange Purse, friend of the show, is subtweeting Elijah, and Elijah says they took Christ out of Christmas and turned it gay, and they have a picture of a nutcracker who is holding a LGBTQ like pride flag. And what's so great about this is the first like 6 times I saw this picture, I didn't even notice the flag, because listen, everything about this nutcracker is absolutely fabulous. So, including his rainbow hat, right? And so this is Elijah has an American flag in his name. He's clearly offended. They took Christ out of Christmas and turned it gay. And at Strange First subtweets and says, "What part of Don We Now Our Gay Apparel did you not understand?"
That's the best part.
This is a picture of SpongeBob and Patrick, and they're on the ground floor, and there's 2 staircases headed up on either side of them. And it says, college opens many doors, and one staircase leads up to debt, and the other staircase leads up to no job. I think this is my last one this round. It says, it's from Malcolm S. Ramsey, and he says, I believe science. Please just don't use your phone right before bed and right after waking up. It's literally destroying your circadian rhythm. No. Oh, yeah, that's it. That one's for next round.
Oh, it's so fun. Okay. So I meant to mention this as we were going to press, as it were. The big thing was that Devin Nunes was retiring from Congress. He's going to be it says GOP Governor Representative Devin Nunes resigns from Congress to become CEO of Trump's media company. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh yeah, who's Devin Nunes again? And I was like, wasn't he like the stupidest guy? So I Googled Devin Nunes stupidest, and there's a lot of stories there. So I was like, man, you know what though, man, today is a modern era. I'm going to check in with the Twitter feed of Devin Nunes's cow, because that's how you find out how things are going on nowadays. So I zoom on over to Devin Nunes's cow, and sure enough, he's got some good tweets there. It says, is it really a good idea to quit your job and work for a company that's under SEC investigation? Asking for a hashtag treasonous cowpoke from Devin Cow. And there's
but listen, can we just do a little dance for fucking Devin Nunes being out of Congress now? Jesus.
I know, right?
I'll take it, man. I don't
fun.
give a fuck.
That's fun. But as commented on by the first fan, easier to retire when your district suddenly becomes a +9 Democrat district. I'm a happy camper at Kelly White posts, well, he got a job offer he can't refuse, meaning he's being bribed to stay quiet about January 6th. And there's a link to an article in Business Insider. And the real question, of course, what becomes of his cow, which is true. Just a dumb person. Trump media venture eyed by regulators. Names Representative Devin Nunes as CEO. That was the big news today. That's what probably we'll remember about today, I guess, maybe. I don't know. This one, Andrew, from your post reminded me a lot of Spotify things, and this one just is nice, pink, and colorful, and says, "You have bad taste. All the music you listen to is bad. We've banned your account and charged you for a full year anyway. Fuck you." That was my favorite. I think
that's great.
I think friend of the show Mackenzie posted that, but I could be wrong. I'd have to double check. Into the ostensibly trademarked wholesome round. This is today's date is both a palindrome and an ambigram, which means that you can read the date from left to right and upside down. And I had a cool technique, figured out how to spin this thing and forgot I was doing it at this point, but it does work. So yay, there's a whole bunch of those palindrome dates, and it's fun to look at. This is Tom Morello, friend of the show. Tom Morello and his 98-year-old mom. Says, Rage Against the Machine guitarist Tom Morello's mother is 98-year-old anti-censorship activist who founded the Parents for Rock and Rap to counter Tipper Gore's pro-censorship PMRC. So give it up for friend of the show, Tom Morello, and Tom Morello's mom.
Libertyville
also
native.
friend of the show.
Also friend of the show. Also friend of the show. This one I posted in our group, and it's a 4-panel. And there's some kind of rabbit type character watching a chipmunk on the TV, and he's saying, "Boy, howdy, I love Chomper's a chipmunk." Then he pulls out his phone and he's sitting there going, "Boop, boop, boop. I'll give him a follow. Oh, look, a tweet about his thoughts on, oh my. Oh, Chompers is a real piece of shit." It's like, yeah, I've been there. And it's captioned, "Boy, howdy." This is one from my life. A cop I know said he'd gotten the booster shot, and I asked him, how was it? He said, the 5G is incredible. I got to tell him today, I was like, dude, I'm dying on this thing, man. There's 11 reacts on that, a lot of laughs. And I said, yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it because the police and the first responders are, actually getting, resisting vaccine mandates and getting shots at lower rates, I was like, I bet the ones that do get vaccinated have some funny jokes. It's got to be a fun place to work. Also posted in our group, this is from Morale Fiber, also the Magic Fantastic Crochet Atelier, reposted from Lou at Lou SOS. Random reminder that if your apocalypse team does not include weavers, knitters, and sewers, you're probably going to die of hypothermia before you get a chance to build your Viking longhouse and all that other shit. I like it. Captioned, it's not a hobby, it's a post-apocalyptic life skill. So there you go. This is a cross stitch that says, what doesn't kill you mutates and tries again, from Mom's Clean Air Force. And my dear friend Kate liked it so much she made it her avatar. Like, that's when a meme speaks to you. What doesn't kill you mutates and tries to kill you again. I started feeling guilty this week when I saw NBC News posting about a company that sold miracle dirt this past summer for $110 per bag so that consumers could cook with it and bathe with it and yada, yada, yada. And I just basically feel guilty for not fleecing idiots. You know what I mean? Like, when I was a kid, honestly, man, my dad bought dirt. He had to buy dirt. They brought a truck to the house. They poured it. He's building this mound out in front of the house. When I heard that people bought dirt, I bagged it up, put it in a wagon. I started going door to door. I was like, I'm gonna make some money off this dirt. And then my dad, he busted me before I could make my first sale. I was pretty sure I could do it too. But now to find out that, Magic Dirt is out there selling anti-COVID dirt for $110 a bag, and I'm going, 4-year-old me feels pretty vindicated right now, Dad. That's what I'm saying. On the same topic, of course, it's been months since I bought the book, How to Scam People Online, and it still hasn't arrived yet. Got a little bit of traction there. This is a survival tip. If you ever get lost in the woods, start talking about taxation, and a random libertarian will show up to argue with you. And Christopher Cusack, who posted it, said, "This is true. Saved my life." And I honestly just posted this to trigger my libertarian friends, and it did not disappoint. This guy's like, "You just posted about libertarians. Why are you always posting about libertarians?" I was like, I could have said CrossFit or Bitcoin. It's your week, libertarians. Suck it up. This is a nice, I love the surfacing. It surfaces the memories. This one's from 6 years ago. I posted, "Lead me not into temptation." Who am I kidding? Follow me. I know a shortcut. Which I was like, I feel that one quite a bit. About 3 more in this wholesome round, trademark part of the program. My buddy Aaron Dobbs posts food for thought, feeding the worms. Ever since I found out that earthworms have taste buds all over their delicate pink strings of their bodies, I pause, dropping apple peels into the compost bin. Imagine the dark, writhing ecstasy, the sweetness of apples permeating their pores. I offer beets and parsley, avocado and melon, the feathery tops of carrots. I'd always thought of theirs a menial life, eyeless and hidden, almost vulgar, though now it seems they bear pleasure so sublime, so decadent. I want to contribute however I can, forgetting a moment, my place on the menu. This little poem brought to you by Aaron, posted in Wild Green Memes for Ecological Fiends. And then somebody has to say, "Oh, but who says that what tastes good to them or what tastes should be similar to those of a human?" And I was just like, to them, I bet everything tastes like chicken. That's just statistics. All right, last two. This is another classic from 2 years ago. Geography lesson, man pointing out at a globe to 2 children, "Where's the capital of the United States?" And the children reply, "In the offshore bank accounts of the 1%. Yeah. And last but not least for my wholesome round, heartwarming. This 2-year-old's family couldn't afford his $20,000 electric wheelchair, and their insurance company didn't cover it. So a high school student robotics team burned down the insurer's headquarters. It's a feel-good holiday story to warm you up there. Close. Man, it got real
That is
quiet.
good news.
Don't get quiet on me.
So this is a post I've been thinking about every day since I've seen it. And it's from BTS Army 222777. And it says, sorry, I haven't been posting on here a lot, guys. I started taking a mood stabilizer and now I'm not obsessed with BTS anymore. And then the caption on the photo is still love them though. And then there's a heart. I've thought about this every day since I've seen it.
That's hilarious.
This is another biblically accurate angels be like, be not afraid, sis. And then I think these are charm bracelets that are like stacked up on top of each other so that they look like biblically accurate angels. Okay, this is the Joker and he's smoking a cigarette. This is Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and it says, funny thing is, everyone's a tough guy until the quietest man in the room starts coming and shitting at the same time. Which is like, there's all these like fake deep posts. And so this is making fun of those. This is Pete Davidson photoshopped into a picture, or no, it's not photoshopped. It's just a picture of Pete Davidson with Hillary Clinton, and it says he needs to be stopped.
True. True.
Fun of him dating all these women.
Yeah.
This is a screen cap of a Pokemon game, and it says one of the Pokemon characters is talking, and he says, the world's full of cheaters, thieves, and liars. There's nothing to believe in anymore. And then someone comments, what the hell am I playing? This is the girl texting the guy meme. She says, I'm coming over, but you better not be romanticizing your melancholic solitude. And then it's the painting of the guy staring out over the mountains.
Like the romantic period painting.
Yeah.
It keeps coming up. This is like turned into a meme format this last few weeks.
Oh yeah, that one. And this one too is this is an old man and he's wearing a shirt with the wizard on it, and he's holding an orb, and then there's two young women looking at him, pondering his orb, and he's looking back at the women, and they are like impressed, and he couldn't care less.
I thought he was invoking them. I thought he was doing that on purpose.
No. He's pondering his orb.
He charmed that orb to pull those girls' attention. That's my thought. I don't know.
Oh, I thought this was absolutely nuts. I don't know if it's real or not, but it said Gen Z's the weakest generation because of them. Rush Hour has to put this before the start of their movies. And then it says, we all love our 90s buddy comedies, but this movie was created in a different time. FYI, certain depictions, language, and humor may seem outdated and at times offensive. And that's just crazy to me that
is funny.
People are putting that. Okay, well.
What the shit?
I was thinking about not putting this one in, but I forgot that it was going to come up. So I guess I'll explain it. Well, it's like a murder scene in an anime, except all the blood is now come. And the guy is crying over the body of his friend that's now covered in cum. And then this is Yu-Gi-Oh! And instead of saying it's time to duel, he's saying it's time to dissociate.
Nice.
And then this is I don't know what you call these, but it's always like an image and then text that's kind of unrelated, and it goes, to F is wrong with manslaughter. Are men not allowed to laugh?
I've never noticed that. It is spelled man's laughter.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Oh shit. Andrew, I'm still trying to recover. I don't even know why you did any memes after the murder cum scene.
I just felt like we had to.
Kidding.
I don't know how we were going to continue, so.
I didn't see any of your memes after that. All right. Okay. All right. Mine is going to be like Andrew's, but filthier. That's a lie. this is a picture of a kid like crying pretty hard. It says, "One man's trash is another man's treasure" is an awesome phrase, but it's apparently a horrible way to tell your kids they're adopted.
Oh.
It's so stupid. At Jam MPDX says, flight attendant, is there a doctor on the plane? Me. Yes, but I'm not that kind of flight attendant. The pilots are debating what Nietzsche really meant with that thing about staring so long into the abyss that it stares back. Me. Okay, I'm here. The only thing I like about this meme is that a flight attendant would actually ask for a doctor for this. I forget, is this just like, who is this bad guy?
Hades.
The devil? Hades. All right, that's pretty close. It's a picture of Hades kind of like weirdly grinning. And it says, when you're wrapping Christmas presents and the scissors start to glide. And Hades is saying, oh yeah. That is great. QT says, I will never forget the day my ex-fru ate eggs at once for himself. And she spelled this word fru, F-R-E-W. And the first comment says, what the fuck is fru? And she replies, as in the past tense of fry. I thought about that all week. I don't know how you get that. This is a picture that went around a lot this week. It's from Representative Thomas Massey. It's him and his family, and they're all sitting or standing around the Christmas tree, and they're all holding some sort of like semi-automatic rifle.
Oh yeah.
Like each has their own one. And this is their Christmas photo. And he says, Merry Christmas. P.S. Santa, please bring ammo. And my favorite take there's a ton of takes on this one. Some of them very theological, some of them not so much. At not Sophia Coppola, Cinnamon Bun, she says, statistically, how is everyone in this picture this busted? That actually made me zoom in, and I was like, damn, this is a busted ass family. You almost miss it because of the guns, but this is a picture of a cruise liner, like I don't know, I can't see the name of it, but it's like some huge cruise ship, and it's out in the ocean, and it's labeled Weekday Chaplains. And then there's a guy standing on a surfboard holding an umbrella as a sail, and it says Weekend Night Call. And this is a really niche meme, but when you're a weekday chaplain, you do get all the amenities, and the fucking poor weekend guys. It's rough. Here's from Jokesar. And it's a picture of a doctor, and he's leaning over. He's got a syringe in his hand, and he says, relax, David. It's just a small surgery. Don't panic. And the patient says, my name is not David. And the surgeon removes his mask and says, I know, I'm David.
Shit.
Oh, God. Out of there. This is another one from Jokestar. I really liked it. It says, men honestly are something else. And it's 3 pictures, or it's 2 pictures, and then the third one is a zoomed in, like closer. And you see that somebody says, do you have a paper clip? And the guy replies, on the floor by my file cabinet. And then there's a picture of his broom, and then they zoom in right next to the wheel of the file cabinet. There's a single paper clip. And one of the commenters says, as long as you don't move our shit, we know where stuff is. This is looks like a classic painting of a woman laying in bed looking, I think actually maybe dead. And it says, always start your day off with a positive attitude, me. And it's this miserable looking woman, and it just says, fuck. Matt says, thinking today of closeted LGBTs who will not post their Spotify Wrapped for obvious reasons. You are still valid. And Sarah says, but what if I'm a closeted LGBT who uses Apple Music? Am I valid too? And the original poster wrote, sadly, no.
Poser.
Perfectly executed joke. All right. I think this is my last one for this round. It says, it's a tweet that says, I'm not going to try this. David Van Huysen, you figure it out. It says, weird that people who get the angriest at people who wear masks in their cars because it doesn't make sense are comedians who do steroids.
Oh, man.
Comedians who do steroids.
Really narrows it down quite a bit.
Yeah. Joe fucking Rogan.
Oh my God. Dude, as soon as you did that, I heard like 9-inch nails go off in my head, but instead of head like a hole, it was head like a thumb. Thick and dumb, head like a thumb. I don't know. I'm hearing it really loud in my head. Oh, you guys can't hear that. All right, sharing memes. This is kind of funny, man. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, to kick off their official holiday season, they build a tumbleweed snowman and put it out by the highway. Look at this thing, man. It's like, it's just a bunch of tumbleweeds. It's got a little hat, you know, it's got a scarf on it.
Jesus.
Like, from the perspective here, I don't know, 15, 20 feet tall. It's a big old stack of 3 tumbleweeds in a shape there. And I was like, wow, that sucks. Check this out, man. Oh, let's see what I want to get. I lost it. For frack's sake. I'll find it in a minute. All right, more Christmas memes. Mary, exhausted, having just gotten Jesus to sleep, is approached by a young man who thinks to himself, what this girl needs is a drum solo. I like that. All right, bad Christmas trend. It's Hanukkah, by the way. A friend of the show, Maggie Mayfield, reminded me. I think it's the night of the week when you get all 8 of the candles lit and you complete the set and you win a prize. I don't know how Judaism works, but happy Hanukkah. And I love this one. It's a classic painting from Jennifer Forbes, and it says, spoiler alert, over a classic nativity scene. But circled in the background is a crucifix actually hanging over the baby. Anyway, I was mildly amused.
Called foreshadowing.
Foreshadow. Yeah, sure. Good. Yeah. Good.
It's a literary device.
Good scripting. Sure. I hear you. All right, moving on. ADHD Interrupted posts a 4-panel that shows a person contemplating a large black cloud. And the first panel says, feeling overwhelmed by your to-do list. Second panel, take your biggest task. Third panel, break it into smaller. Fourth panel, more ignorable tasks. We see him. Like, that is a life hack. Follow me for more life hacks. This is Clippy the Paperclip from 5 years ago. This is what I did. And Clippy the Paperclip says, it looks like you're writing unsubstantiated nonsense. Would you like to turn on all caps? Question mark.
Nice.
From writing about writing. I miss Clippy. He was like the one enemy we all hated. It was like fun to all hate the same guy. That was just, pretty good, man. He looked really evil. He had evil eyebrows. I couldn't believe this one didn't exist. I went looking for it, so I had to make it myself. But this is Dana Carvey on Saturday Night Live from 2016 doing Church Lady, and he is addressing Ted Cruz, saying, anyone ever told you that you're just a little bit preachy? I just liked it quite a bit. This one's for TD because it came up right after our conversation. I loved it. Simon Holland posts, this Christmas, I celebrate the 36-year anniversary of not getting the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. Last week, I think in the after party, Diddy was talking about how that thing was like laying across the top of the aisle, out of the reach of the ragamuffins that, didn't have rich parents with rolling stairs from the library to get up there to touch the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier box. So anyway, moving on. Screw it, not doing it. This is a weird one this week. A book came out by Ben Burgess all about Christopher Hitchens, what he got right, how he went wrong, why he still matters. I love stories about Christopher Hitchens. The guy just shows up in all kinds of weird places for me. And this was posted by my buddy Doug Henwood, a friend of the show, Doug Henwood. And if you're not following Doug Henwood, you're missing out. And one of the most amazing things in the exchange about this was people respecting him and liking this, but he was a drunk and he got into a stint with Sidney Blumenthal and whatnot. But this was the line that really popped for me. He says, Doug Henwood says, and this is because Hitchens was an avowed atheist and really loudmouthed about it. And Doug says, I distrust people who are passionate atheists. They share a lot of emotional energy with fundamentalists. I was like, wow, I never heard anybody put it that tight. That's tight. It's true. Anyway, That's all into that. This next one's truly amazing. This is it says, I'm remodeling the kitchen and I pulled the microwave off the wall. He never gave up hope. And we see a Taco Bell sauce packet and we zoom in on the sauce packet and it says, I knew you'd come back for me.
That's fucked.
Just a single tear rolled down my face. That was posted by Lucifer's Cabin. I'm not sure why, but I knew you'd come back. I don't know. From the Coneheads, happy celebration of pagan festivities and the beheading of martyrs. May you receive many severed plant genitalia. Think about that crap a lot. Friend of the show, Jackie Kashian, reposted this Twitter from Alan McLeod. Says, heads up, they've come up with a new buzzword to describe desperately working multiple jobs just to survive. And here we see two stories with headlines. New study shows millennials, Gen Zers, prefer to polywork. And then there's no polyworking, the new job trend that graduates are gunning for. The job juggle, Gen Z, exploring the concept of polywork. So that's awful. And, you can say you heard it ruined here first. A lot of people talking about millennials and whatnot. I remember last week, Michael posted this one, which I absolutely loved. Yes, I'm a millennial. I get offended by everything. I suck every dick I see. And I think of Marx and make myself come, which was very good. But this is a bad copy of that. But then I found this, which was closer to my group. And it was James Alvarez posting, boomers, people are too sensitive and need to toughen up. Millennials, people need to care about and help each other out. Gen X, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. That sums it up.
All kinds of engagement. All kinds of engagement. All my Gen Xers was like, you know what the rest of this thread is? The rest of this thread is people talking about Die Hard. That is what this is. It's people arguing about whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie and other Christmas movies. And so I just, posted the animated Michael Jackson eating the popcorn because I've seen this crap happen every year. It's just like you trigger a loop. So I just posted, actually, Die Hard was originally a pagan festival.
Nice. That's awesome.
The end. This one I kind of liked. Vermin Supreme, friend of the show, Vermin Supreme, posted this 4-panel of mushrooms. It says, mushroomed. After a rain, mushrooms appear on the surface of the earth as if from nowhere. Shows a mushroom. Many do so from a vast underground fungus that remains invisible and unknown. More mushrooms. What we call mushrooms, mycologists call the fruiting body of the larger, less visible fungus. 4th panel. Uprisings and revolutions are often considered to be spontaneous. I don't know. It's kind of like mushrooms.
Like it.
This next one also posted in our weekly memecast Facebook group. And if you're not following, that's the place to follow us. We do post any memes by request, so you can share them with your relatives and shock them as much as our relatives are shocked. Medea Benjamin posted this one, and I really like it. She says, I love this quote from William Bloom. The American people are very much like the children of a mafia boss who does not know what their father does for a living and don't want to know, and then wonder why somebody just threw a firebomb through the living room window. Hashtag cut the Pentagon. Love that. I'm not sure how I stumbled across that, but it was posted in Mercy and Defiance of a Merciless World, which is a great title for a Facebook group. And I think I'm getting down to it. Last week, we were talking about debating people on politics, and Kenneth requested this meme from The Life of Brian. This is John Cleese's character just saying, all right, but apart from the sanitation, medicine, education, wine, public order, irrigation, roads, the freshwater system, and public health, what else have the Romans ever done for us? Which, when I was trying to look for it, I found so many permutations that dealt with something along this. But apart from preventing millions of deaths from polio and tetanus and meningitis and pneumonia and rotavirus and measles and diphtheria and cervical cancer, what else have the vaccine manufacturers ever done for us? Which I thought was pretty good. And that's all I've got till my post with the most.
All right. So this is a screen cap I took on Reddit from the Phoebe Bridgers subreddit, and basically the context of this is that Phoebe Bridgers put out a bunch of new merch, and someone was like, "Any 5'10" dudes that bought a metal hoodie want to tell me to buy an L or an XL?" And then someone goes, "It's Phoebe Bridgers. All the dudes here are 5'10." I thought it was so funny because I am 5'10".
By the way, thanks for posting the Phoebe Bridgers on your music playlist and your Spotify sneak peek.
Oh, I love Phoebe Bridgers. Yeah.
I really like the Me and My Dog, Julian Baker.
Oh, so good.
Such a good cut. Thank you.
Yeah. So then this is the wizard and the orb, and then the wizard and the orb, but it's the 4-panel of the guy texting the girl, and then they send each other a message, and then they're not looking at their phones. So he's pondering his okay.
So he's pondering.
Once again, yeah.
Nice.
This is funny because my favorite Pokemon is Lotad. I think because it's simultaneously round and flat, plus all of them are certified dumbasses. And then there's a picture of a Lotad that's caught in a tree, and Lotad looks like it's like a lily pad, has like a little creature attached to it, and it's
I thought that was an ashtray, like an ashtray made by a child in Mexico.
Yeah, and it's just caught in a tree.
That's beautiful.
This is a PETA ad, and it's a guy looking like doing a Kubrick like stare, where his face is tilted down but his eyes are up. And it says, "You're getting to third base with a dead turkey, and you think that's normal?" And he's just sticking his hand in the turkey, and it's PETA trying to get people to stop eating meat. Okay. This is one of my friends, Chicago comedian Sohrab Farouche, posted this on my wall. He's also a Catholic. He said it's a guy going to confession, but it's like a fried looking meme, and they're both cry laughing emoji heads. And then there's like an okay emoji and then fire emojis, and goes, "Who up? Me. Forgive me, Father, for I did some bad. Father, what you did, little homie? Me, I did not smash that MF like button. Father, it ain't too late, motherfucker. Me, 8, you right, 100 crying emoji."
Oh wow.
This is it's like an edit so that it looks like Hank Hill is shaking hands with Yugi Moto from Yu-Gi-Oh! And he says, "Thanks, Hill. You really taught me a lot about propane and propane accessories." And then Hank goes, "I'll tell you what, young man, I don't think I know what the heart of the cards is, but I know for certain you got the heart of a Texan." This is a picture of lavender incense, and it says, "This pokey is awful." I don't even know how to describe. It's like I don't know how you describe the style of image, but
it's ASCII art.
Okay, so it's an ASCII art of a cat in a car, and the license plate of the car says "gay," and then it says "vroom vroom," and it says, "My antidepressants just kicked in. Fantastic." This is from Rugrats, All Grown Up, and it's Chucky, and he is holding a guitar over what appears to be his naked body, and he says, "I'm gonna tell my kids this was Ed Sheeran." Is the this is a series of popsicles, and they say "Happy Valentine's Day," but then you zoom in on the fourth pops, like it's spread out over the 4 popsicles, and then it zooms in on the third one where it just says "PP Tiny."
Nice.
This is from Disney's Atlantis, and it says, "Don't you hate it when you go for a swim with a pretty girl, and when you get out of the water, your nipples have washed away?" And it shows the guys going into the water, and then when he goes into the water, he has nipples, and then when he comes out of the water, he no longer has nipples.
I think I saw David Copperfield do that once.
This isn't really anything. It's just Toadette, but it's Wario Watodat, so it's like evil Toadette who has an eye patch and like a black star and lipstick and a chain chomp necklace.
Fingerless gloves.
Yeah, fingerless gloves.
Sign of a bad guy.
This is everyone, this is like a cheesy drawing. It says, everyone you meet will come with baggage. Find someone who loves you enough to help you unpack. And on the left, there's like a girl, and her baggage is just anxiety, childhood trauma, heart on sleeve. And she's the guy who she's like caressing his cheek. He has a lot more baggage, but it's all been relabeled to say horny, 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 horny.
I request that one in the group.
Awesome, yeah. Oh, so I'm in this Joe Rogan shit posting group, or no, it's a no shit posting group, but it's just insane. So then they go, all you fellow Roganites should flood this soy group in spam superiority. Elk meat and DMT are eternally precious and should not be undermined. And then it says, Call of DMT, Modern Elk Warfare, Joe Rogan, please stop talking, is the other group that they want to beef with. This is another orb pondering meme where it's the wizard, and then it's whatever that toy is, that's the ball that expands, and it just says core memory unlocked, and it's the orb is small and then the orb is big.
That's hilarious.
And then I don't have a post with the most for this week, so that's all my memes.
Oh wow.
I actually don't have a post with the most this week either, because my post with the most was that PP Tiny.
Oh, did I steal that?
Yeah.
I did not mean to.
I
I'm
stole
sorry.
it. You didn't steal it from me. It's just like that was just the one I was going to show. So anyway, I'm just going to go through this round, and then Eric will get the post with the most. He'll have to carry that round himself, which is fine because Eric always gives us like 4 for that round anyway. All right. Throw some shade, and now let's start. All right, here we go. Aborted dreams. If you thought I was going to get through a set without them, you were wrong. Andrew, before I say this, what do you call this one here? The one on the right. What do you call that?
Oh, it's like it's like the Chad and the Virgin is what I think of it as. This one usually is a Chad and a Virgin.
Yeah. So the Chad this time is Jesus as Chad, and it says, "I'm busy. Please stop praying for strength to do the dishes." And then the Virgin says, "Please, J-Man." it's the J-Man for me. The absolute in itself has guys only have 4 ways out of depression. And the first one is a soldier in like urban warfare. The second is a guy just like shredded, like I don't know, is this the Chad meme?
Yeah, it's a Chad meme, yeah.
Okay. The Chad, and he's like all shredded. And then the next one is the same Chad meme, but this time he's smoking a cigarette with a Scully on, and he's got like kind of a goth girlfriend. And the fourth one is just a copy of Fear and Trembling by Søren Kierkegaard.
That's so funny.
The fucked up part about this is that yeah, I've used all 4 of these to get out of depression. Like, there's not a single one of these 4 panels that doesn't have me fucking all over it.
That's hilarious.
All right, Steph McCann says Bank's email like, we have a message for you in your inbox, and then the message is like, "Hello, we are your bank."
Yep.
That's a
true story.
Great joke. Ted Baczynski tweeted, "Become unfuckable." And there's 16.1 thousand likes. Obvious play on become ungovernable.
Yeah.
And then finally he comments, and I loved his first comment. He wrote, "Time to mute, join the one big union." And it's a link to the Wobblies, the IWW.org. If you don't know what the Wobblies are, sign up.
Wobbly,
I was a member for 2 years.
Chicago. The Wobbly headquarters are on Belmont and Lincoln.
This is every day I learn new reasons to love you too. Yeah, fucking
Very
Wobblies
reasonable.
is the best.
Very reasonable dues.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. What is it, like $10 a year? It's like super low. Dinos and comics. This one is a picture of, it's like on the left there's a computer with a different platform, and then on the right there's a dinosaur commenting on it. And so the left one is Instagram, and the dinosaur says, "Wow, everyone is way more put together than I thought." And then the next one is Twitter, and then the dinosaur says, "Wow, everyone is way more fucked up than I thought." And then the last one is Facebook, and the dinosaur says, "Wow, Granddad is way more racist than I thought." This is if you're wondering why I haven't been on Facebook in a while. Yeah, there's gonna be, I think this is like a lot of dinos and comics. So I put all these together. They were just really like on point this week. This is two dinosaurs talking in all four panels. In the first panel, he says, "I'm sorry that you have to go." And then the next one, the green dinosaur is a little bit more faded. He says, of one thing I'm glad." And then the next one, he's more faded, and he says, "I will always be who I am." And then the last one, he's gone, and he says, "Because of the time we had." So sad.
Very nice.
But Dinos and Comics gets funnier too. He says, "I'm tired." The next dinosaur says, "Go to sleep." The first one says, "But I haven't achieved enough today." And the next one says, "Why not?" This is the last one says, "Because I'm tired." And it just feels like seriously everyone in my life right now, man.
Yes. Yeah.
This one says, oh, I love this one. It's a dinosaur behind a box that says government. So this is the government dinosaur. And the government dinosaur says mental health awareness. And then the dinosaur standing there says mental health resources. And then the next one, the government dinosaur and the other dinosaur are just staring at each other. And then the fourth panel, the government dinosaur says mental health awareness, which hurts, but it's true.
Yeah.
This was my favorite one that they had this week. And it's like a dinosaur laying on a rock, like he's on a therapist couch. And then the other dinosaur is sitting on a rock and has glasses. So this is the therapist dinosaur and a dinosaur in therapy. The therapist says, "And what do we do when we disagree with someone?" And the person says, "Get angry." And the therapist says, "No." And the person says, "Yes, I damn well do." All right, Dinos and Comics, if you're not following them, you should. Like they're like this. They're heartfelt. Sometimes they're like really serious, but they're always fun. This last one, so what we're looking at here is by Vex Smith on Instagram, and it's a potato. I think. You think this is a pear or a potato?
It's a pear, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a pear, and it's split at the bottom. So it really, if you hold it the right way, it really looks like a big round ass. And then somebody's drawn a butterfly tramp stamp right above right above the ass crack of this pear. I personally think the lower back is a great place for a tattoo, but you know,
nice.
Society disagrees. Whatever.
All right, closing out with my post with the most, and then wrapping up the show until the after party, I suppose, if anyone's hanging out for a bit. And this is my favorite thing. This is just a picture of Elon Musk from Chase Mitchell, and it says the official haircut of no one around you telling you no.
That's good. It's a terrible haircut.
It is that weird sort of Aryan Nation shaved all the way down to the skin stubble on the sides, and then there's sort of a wavy Aryan Nation 1938 German, propaganda poster, wavy. Yeah, that haircut. And it was pointed out to me by my kid that actually Grimes did tell him no. And then she left, and now there's no one around to tell him no, and he got that haircut. And that is my post with the most on Facebook. Nice. The Blind for Monday, December 6th. Thank you all very much for coming. I guess. Oh wait, you gotta say. You gotta
Love
say,
you, George.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.